often say here on the show about programs and nostalgia and things that really trigger a memory, and I love sharing these things with you. Of course, we've revisited the fabulous Tiller Girls, and then there was Mrs. Mills. There's so many things out there that when you look back in the past, they sort of do trigger good memories. It's a bit like always being allowed to stay out late when you were a child, and apparently there was no trouble then. Of course, then when you read the Victorian murder books and think, actually, was anywhere ever safe at any time? But maybe we're just all shrouded away from all that negativity. But there was one show that I wanted to share with you today that really I was lucky enough to meet quite a few people that appeared on it, and particularly over here in the United Kingdom. Who remembers this? Workers' Playtime. Oh yes, way back in May 1941, at the very height of the Second World War. If you think about it, the BBC, along with presenters, two pianos, two pianists, all the cables and wiring, decided that they were going to visit canteens of factories 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. And Workers' Playtime was born. See, the idea really was all about morale, and it was something that the then British Prime Minister Winston Churchill was very keen on. You see, if the BBC turned up, quite literally bringing some stars with them into your factory to entertain you on your lunch hour, no matter what problems you had, then things seemingly would be a lot better. Of course, it was one of those shows that was destined to sort of last allegedly till the end of the war. Nobody really saw it, kids sort of taking off any longer than that. But it proved so popular. People absolutely loved it. And it's very hard, isn't it, in this day and age to think about it the way we do now, because so many people work from home, so many people work solo, and they don't have those big factories. I was thinking about this today, and perhaps the only thing you would probably have would maybe be a large supermarket, hypermarket, but then who would give them the time off from manning those self-service tills to come and listen to a concert for an hour? Who gets an hour's lunch break? You know what I'm saying? But back to Workers' Playtime. It was brilliantly produced and it created so many stars. The government supported the broadcast as part of the war effort on the home front, with the Ministry of Labour choosing which factory canteens the show would visit. Ernest Bevin, the Minister for Labour and National Service, occasionally appeared on the show to thank the workers and, of course, for their greater efforts. Very much a moving moment of its time. Famous stars who actually appeared on the show included Doctor Who, Jon Pertwee, Charlie Chester, Peter Sellers, Tony Hancock, Frankie Howerd, Anne Shelton, Alma Cogan, Julie Andrews, Morecambe and Wise. There were so many big names of the time that really wanted to appear, and more importantly, it made it the sort of place that you could be heard, and then hopefully these people who'd seen you for free in their canteen may come and see you at their local theatre when you also appeared there. Now at the end of the show it had this terrific send-off. Good luck all workers, said by Bill Gates. No, not that one, but the producer from the BBC. And when you think about it now, it's always good to listen to things like that, to see how people endured through those difficult times, particularly during the war years, were kept cheerful by performances and entertainers willing, of course, many times to turn up for free in order to get that free publicity. Do you remember calling all workers? If you did, or you ever heard it, or you had something similar in your part of the world, do let me know. And as ever with these videos, I would appreciate it if you could like and share and tell more people about them. They're a lot more fun sometimes than the news that's happening today. I'm sure you'll agree. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.